What's up, guys? Welcome back from the MLG studios in New York City. I'm Alex Axel Toss Rodriguez, and I have on the Skype line a Terran player from North America. He is 15 years old, just joined Team Evil Geniuses. He is Lebo Xenocider Chang. Did I say your name right? Apologies if I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Sick.
Okay.
How are you
Or
doing, man? I see the blinds are open behind you. It's nice and sunny. Are you enjoying the sunny summer?
well, it's Florida, so it's like 100 degrees outside. But
Ooh,
yeah, I don't go outside much anyways, so
it's a
doesn't matter.
wise choice. That's a wise choice. So you can't play StarCraft. Well, I guess you could play StarCraft outside, but
Yeah,
that
man.
might be uncomfortable in weather like this. Unless MLG hosted a outside StarCraft tournament in the middle of
Dude, just
summer.
like the old Brood War days, man, on the beach.
Is that what? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm writing it down. It's gonna happen. Anyway, how are things, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I didn't qualify for WCS again, which kind of sucks.
Neither did I. Neither did
But
I.
the qualifiers were like really hard.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. So
Yes, and for those who don't necessarily know, the WCS qualifiers for WCS America happened recently, 4 different qualifiers, and pretty much every Korean was playing in it. So obviously very difficult for any non-Koreans to try to make it. That's okay. You're 15 years old. I think we should go back to that. And gosh, there's so many questions I have for you. Let's start with when did you start playing StarCraft? I'm just curious. Since you're 15 right now, how long have you been playing?
I was playing since sometime in early 2012. So
Okay.
when I was 14, and I just started playing
What?
2v2s pretty much. That's it. I didn't really play. I didn't. I only started playing this game because my brother told me to, and I was playing predominantly Dota at the time. But then I switched, Dota
Uh,
1 that is. I switched to StarCraft 2, and then I just played for fun, I guess.
and then, well, at what point did you think, I'm actually good at this. I can do more. Obviously, the transition from playing for fun, obviously you still play for fun now, but where you're taking it a little bit more seriously.
I don't know. I still think I'm pretty trash at this game, but I think at some point when I got higher on the GM ladder, I was able to like convince myself that maybe I should try to go pro and stuff. But it's obviously kind of hard since I'm still in school and I've got a lot of priorities I need to take care of. Uh,
Yeah. Well, can we talk a little bit about that? Do you how do your friends kind of view this, or your family? Obviously, you're around them a lot, being in school and living at home. How do you kind of deal with that, and how does that affect, I guess, your training in a sense, maybe
my
mentality?
my friends are pretty happy about it, but like my friends don't worry about the risks that I have to take when I play StarCraft. They're like to them it's like kind of cool, but for my parents it's obviously completely different because I have to sacrifice a lot of stuff to play games all the time.
Hmm.
I can't get out in all of my extracurriculars and all that stuff. So definitely I would prefer to live alone because there's a lot of nagging in my house. My parents are completely indifferent to me being a pro gamer and well pro gamer, and
Sure.
my parents I don't know they just don't really support.
Okay.
So
Well, best of luck with that. I can kind of relate to that. I was pretty fortunate as far as when I got done. But again, everyone's going to have a different story and different challenges that they have to get through. But let's talk about the Evil Geniuses acquisition in a sense of you. When did you start kind of hearing whispers that that might be happening, and how did it feel when you actually made that jump into joining Evil Geniuses?
so let's see. Back in like 2012, I played in an MLG qualifier in Wings of Liberty for uh no, actually I think it was in 2011. I might have started playing early 2011. I don't remember. It's too long ago. But
Sure.
either way, I played in a qualifier and I beat Huck, and I was like one game away from qualifying by beating Golden, and then I got a message from Alex Garfield at that time, like 2 years ago, basically,
Jeez.
and he was like, we're kind of interested. But then later on, since I wasn't very good at the time, I think I just got really lucky when I beat Huck. So uh, we kind of put it off for a while, and then once HOTS came out, I started playing seriously again since I wasn't too serious at the end of Wings of Liberty. The game was getting kind of stale and stuff, but HOTS bring a lot of like it made the game a lot more fast paced, which I was more interested in. So then I started practicing again, and then I played Stefano on ladder, and I beat him 2-0, and then he asked me for practice, and it was all streamed, and then
Ah,
I beat him in practice 5-4. So then, um, then I guess I messaged Alex Garfield and I said that I think I'm like my skill has rose again
uh-huh.
in a way, and then he said, all right, we can get you on like the academy team, and then you have to do something first, and then you can become a part of the main roster. So then I qualified for WCS Challenger by knocking out Xenio and like some third place WCS finisher in Taiwan, and then I got picked up, I guess.
Wait, is there an academy team that no one knows about that EG keeps secret or something?
Uh, it's not a team; it was
Okay,
just me. So it was kind of like the thing where it's like I wasn't doing anything, so they just wanted to wait until I proved myself before I actually joined the team.
got it. Well, congratulations on achieving what you've achieved to get that invite. How did it feel when you knew that Evil Geniuses wanted you on their team?
I was really happy. But I mean, that's obviously for everybody who would join Evil Geniuses. But at the same time, there's obviously a lot more expectations of me and a lot more expectations I have of myself. Like I'm on probably the most well represented brand in StarCraft 2 and in esports in general. So I feel like I really have to work hard both
Yeah.
inside and outside the game to prove that I'm good enough to be on the team.
Does that add a lot of pressure having that important brand that you have to represent?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I take losses like really, really hard. I I was probably the most depressed person at LNG once I lost to the Ognis. I mean, like I know a lot of the other EG players were sad and like, but they're like seasoned players. For me, like I really wanted to prove something that was like good enough, and since I lost, I was really, really sad. And that pretty much goes for all of my losses. Like whenever I lose, I'm extremely disappointed in myself, and I guess it really helps motivate me too. Like a lot of people talk about like the EG curses and like, oh, once you join the team, you just start fucking swimming in pools of money and then never have to practice again. But for me, it's like since I'm in everybody's eye now, I really just want to do well and prove myself.
So how does your age kind of play into this? Obviously, being 15, you're going to be significantly other than pro gamers, at least in the North American European scene, I would think. Obviously, in Korea, there's a lot more younger players, obviously doing really, really well. How does that kind of affect your mentality when you're playing against these players that are much older than you?
Uh, doesn't really do much except like for the first few times I played, I really had no experience with nerves at all. Like, it's not like one of those things where like you've given speeches before but you never done competitions. I've never had any nerve inducing situation ever. So once I started playing in live events, I was like completely scared. But
Wow.
then over time, after I played in a few events, my nerves started going away. But I also realized that the reason I was losing was because I sucked and not because of my nerves. So that actually really helps with my nerve issues since like I realized that I could just practice and that nerves aren't actually a big deal for me. But other than that, like age doesn't really do too much for me besides the fact that there's no chance for me to go full time since I've got school and stuff. So could be a disadvantage. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, other players might be able to practice a little bit more, maybe have better environments. But in a sense of, knowing that, as well as you're doing, you're so much younger than them, and you have much more time to accomplish what maybe they haven't accomplished yet. Do you think about that at all? As far as, what, I'm only 15. I got some time. It's okay if I'm not the best right now. I got some years coming up.
I never think about that. I always want to be the best right now. I'm pretty much never satisfied. Like I'm not. I would never think like, well, I mean, I didn't perform well, but since I'm so young, I perform 1 year from now. Like the thing is, since I'm Asian and my parents are also like first generation immigrants, like I never know when everything could be taken away when they just finally decide, well, can't play games anymore. Like every single game for me is a game that could be my last professional game. So I
Oh,
need to make sure that I perform well while I still have this opportunity.
okay. Wow. Um, So, something I remember about you particularly is a while back, the amount of times you kind of post on Reddit. I always see you kind of there, either making tips or or giving thoughts about games, or just making a general post. Can you talk a little bit about that? I know a lot of people, a lot of pro players, a lot of personalities tend to stay away from that community. Can you kind of give a little bit of a thought on why you kind of choose to participate there?
Well, I like to be involved with the community. I'm obviously like not very famous. In my mind, I'm still like pretty much an amateur player, but I like grew up with haters kind of, so it's not really that big of an issue for me if somebody flames me. Like I really don't care. Like when I played Dota, everybody just flames, and my childhood was kind of mess. So I don't really have any problem with anything anybody has to say, and I feel like having the pro scene interact with like the viewership really helps a lot. I mean, I don't know. I just like community interaction. I don't think I'll ever feel like I'm too big to talk with regular people about StarCraft. Like I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Sure, I can relate. I like posting on community sites as well. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so moving forward, as far as goals and aspirations, can you talk a little about like potentially what you have coming up, what you're kind of focusing on, or what goals you have for the near future?
Well, my goal is always going to be the best player in the world. I don't shoot for anything less than that, and I'm always practicing. Whether it may not be for a specific event, but I'm sure I'll go to the next MOG or something. I'm not sure. There's not too many NA lands that much anymore since IPL's gone and NASL is hosting WCS. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll just be training for the next WCS Challenger qualifiers, I guess.
All right. Well, best of luck with that for sure. As we're about to round out this interview, I want to give you the chance to plug any sponsors, give any shout outs, or anything to say to your fans.
Okay, so I guess I'll start out to thank my parents for actually letting me play the game still. I know it's really hard for them to see me make compromises in my education and whatnot. But I also like to give a big shout out to my team, Evo Geniuses, for letting me stay on, I suppose. And special thanks to the sponsors, Monster, King Sniper X, Razer, Astros, XMG, Sam, Intel, Jinx, Beyond Gaming, and Need for Speed.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Libo Chang, for talking with me, and best of luck in the future with StarCraft 2. And I'll talk to you later, man.
See ya.
See ya. Guys, that was Libo Xenocider Chang. Definitely check him out. Super cool kid. Really working hard to excel at StarCraft 2, and one of those lone Terrans, one of the few Terrans in North America that the scene can actually root for. So, guys, definitely check him out and give him your support. Guys, this has been Axel Toss with another interview. And again, if you want more gaming content, head on over to MajorLeagueGaming.com, and I'll see you next time.